Very good morning, students. This is Jyotisri JL in Chemistry, AP Balayogi Gurukulam, Chipurpalli. In this video, I am going to teach you about imperfections in crystals or defects in crystals under the chapter Solid State in Senior Intermediate Chemistry. Okay, students. First, we will see what is meant by a defect in the crystal or imperfection in the crystal. An ideal perfect crystal is the one which has same unit cell and contains same lattice point throughout the cell. The term imperfection or defect is generally used to describe any deviation from the ideal perfect crystal in nature, from its periodic arrangement of constituent atoms or ions or molecules. These defects have the profound impact on the macroscopic properties of the crystals or the solids. Generally, bonding structure and defects defines the properties of a crystal. We can define the defect in the crystal as a deviation from its ordered arrangement of constituent particles in the crystal. Generally, these defects affects the deformation of the solids or its cooling from its high temperature or high energy radiation when it strikes the solid. The effect of defects will studied in the higher classes. In this class, we will learn only about the defect classification, defects of classification of the solids. What is the main reason behind the study of imperfections in solids? In the words of Colin Humphreys, crystals are just like people. It is the defects in them which tend to make them interesting, isn't it? If we know our defects or imperfections, we can reform our behavior, we can build our character, we can better personality can be achieved. We can achieve better personality. Like that, if we know the imperfections or defects in the crystals, we can study the properties of the crystals under different conditions. That's why there is a need to study the imperfections in the solids. Okay, students, let us come to the point of classification of defects in the solids. Mainly, the defects in the solids are broadly classified into 4 categories. They are point defects, line defects, surface defects, volume defects. But in this class, we will learn only about the point defects. The rest of the defects we'll study in the higher classes. Is it clear, students? This is the tree diagram which explains the classification of crystal defects in 2 categories, that is line defects and point defects. Again, the line defects are 2 types: edge distortion or edge dislocation, screw distortion defects. But our present topic is point defects in the crystals, which are mainly classified into 3 categories: stoichiometric defects, impurity defects, and non-stoichiometric defects. Again, the stoichiometric defects are classified into 4 categories, which is Schottky defect, Frankel defect, interstitial defect, vacancy defect. And the non-stoichiometric defect is again classified into metal excess defect and metal deficiency defects. Is it clear, students? This is the tree diagram which explains the classification of line defects and the point defects of the crystals. Here I have created another tree diagram which explains only the point defects of crystal. Because we will study only point defects in this senior intermediate chemistry. The point defects are impurity defects, stoichiometric and non-stoichiometric defects. Again, the stoichiometric is divided into 4 categories: Schottky, Frankel, vacancy defect and interstitial defect. Non-stoichiometric is classified into 2 categories, that is metal excess defect and metal deficiency defect. Okay students, coming to the point defects. Before going to the point defects, let us see what is meant by a point. In a crystal lattice, the point may be an atom or ion. We know all solids have definite regular arrangement of atoms. So every atom or ion has a definite place in that particular solid. That site is represented by lattice site. So in the point means the point may be an atom or ion. So if the point defects or the point imperfections are the irregularities or deviations from its ideal arrangement around a particular site or around a particular atom in the crystal lattice. This is called point defect in the lattice. Dear students, observe the lattice points arrangement of the perfect crystal. How the atoms or ions are arranged in a regular pattern. There is no deviation in the arrangement of atoms in the perfect crystal. In general, there is no perfect crystal in the nature. According to thermodynamics, the entropy of a pure perfect crystalline substance is 0 at absolute 0. So, perfect crystal exists only at absolute Kelvin temperature. If you observe the second part of this diagram, there is one atom in the place of regular arrangement of the crystal. Means there is one impurity is present in the crystal. So this is called, there is an impure crystal which is known as impurity defect of the crystal. Have you observed? Now let us see the impurity defect. Impurity defect is a point defect which arises when some foreign atoms are present at the lattice sites in the place of host atoms. That is, if the host atoms are replaced by some guest atoms, then the crystal will acquire impurity defect. This type of impurity defect we can observe in the semiconductor material. In semiconductor material, to increase the conductivity, we will add some impurities to the pure material, which process is called doping. From the doping process, the crystal will acquire some impurity defect. Dear students, here it is a sodium chloride crystal in which the sodium ions and chloride ions are arranged in a regular pattern. But if you observe carefully, there is one defect. In place of one sodium ion, there is a strontium ion is present, by which this entire crystal got one defect which is called impurity defect. This picture also tells about the impurity defect in ionic solid, that is sodium chloride. This defect in the ionic crystal arises due to the presence of some strontium ion in the place of sodium ion. Hence, this sodium chloride crystal got impurity defect. From all the above discussions, we can say impurity defects are extrinsic defects because this type of impurity defect will occur when some foreign atoms are present in the pure crystal. For example, if we take molten sodium chloride which contains some strontium chloride, then it is crystallized, then some of the sodium ions are occupied by strontium ions. Children, each strontium ion replaces two sodium ions. It occupies one side of the sodium ion and other side remains vacant. The number of cation vacancies thus produced are equal to the number of strontium ions occupied in the crystals. We can say impurity defect can also be shown by the crystals like cadmium chloride, silver chloride, etc. Students, till now we studied about one type of point defect in the crystals, which is called impurity defect. Coming to the second type of point defect, which is known as stoichiometric defects. These stoichiometric defects are further classified into four categories, which is known as Schottky defects, Frankel defects, vacancy defects, and interstitial defects. We all know the compounds in which the number of cations and anions are exactly in the same ratio as represented by the chemical formula are called stoichiometric compounds. The defects that do not disturb the ratio of cations and anions are called stoichiometric defects. I repeat, the defects that do not disturb the ratio of cations and anions present in the crystal are called stoichiometric defects. Now let us see the various types of stoichiometric defects. Generally, the stoichiometric defects are classified into four: Frankel defect, Schottky defect, vacancy defect, and interstitial defects. The first two defects are generally shown by the ionic crystals, whereas vacancy defect and interstitial defect we can observe in the non-ionic crystals. Children, catch my point, all of you? So, the ionic crystals will show Frankel defect and Schottky. Non-ionic crystals will show vacancy and interstitial defects. All these four are combinedly called as stoichiometric defects of the crystals. Children, if you observe, here it is a crystal lattice in which there is an absence of one atom or an ion. So, due to this missing atom or ion, one empty space is created in the crystal, which is nothing but vacancy. From this vacancy, the crystal will acquire some defect called vacancy defect. So we can say when some of the lattice sites are vacant in the crystal, then the crystal is said to have vacancy defects. With this vacancy defects, there is a decrease in the density of the crystal. This defect can also develop when the substance is heated. It means when the crystal gets at higher temperature than the present, then the crystal will acquire the vacancy defect. That is, due to the missing of an atom or ion, the vacancy defect arises. Here it is a figure which shows some missing atoms in the regular arrangement of the lattice sites. Due to this missing atoms or ions, the crystal will acquire vacancy defects. Is it clear, students? Once again, I am repeating again and again. Due to the missing of an atom, the vacancy defect arises in the crystals. It occurs due to the imperfect packing during the process of crystallization. Due to the vacancy defect, there is a decrease in the density of the crystal substances. The number of vacancies present in the crystal due to vacancy defect depends upon the temperature. It's very, very important in the view of the competitive exams, children. Before going to the next defect, I want to say one important aspect. During the process of crystallization, there are some empty spaces created in the crystal lattice. That empty spaces are called, in between the regular arrangement of atoms, there are some empty spaces. That empty spaces are called interstitial places. If these interstitial spaces are occupied by some foreign atoms from the outside, then the crystal will acquire a special defect called interstitial defect. Children, you have to learn first what is meant by an interstitial position. Interstitial position is the empty space in between the lattice points. That empty space is occupied by extra foreign atoms, then that the atoms are called interstitial atoms. From this presence of atoms, the crystal will acquire a special defect called interstitial defect. So is it clear, students, what is meant by an interstitial position and what is meant by an interstitial atom? If the interstitial positions are occupied by foreign atoms or extra atoms, then the crystal structure will acquire a defect called interstitial defect. Children, don't forget, with this interstitial defect, some extra atom is adding to the crystal lattice. So due to this defect, there is an increase in the density of the substance, which causes some extra density and which causes some atomic distortion. It is because the foreign atom is bigger in size than the interstitial position size. Due to this interstitial atom presence, the crystal acquiring interstitial defect. The number of interstitial atoms and the number of vacancies are inverse phenomena. Is it clear, students? With this figure, we can clearly explain the two types of defects called vacancy defect and interstitial defect. In the vacancy defect, there is a missing of an atom, but in the interstitial defect, the extra atom is occupying the interstitial positions. Due to vacancy defect, there is a decrease in the density of the substance. In the interstitial defect, there is an increase in the density of the substance. Okay, students? Students, till now we studied about the vacancy and interstitial defect in non-ionic crystals. Regarding ionic crystals, we can see two types of defects called Frankel defect and Schottky defect. Let us see what they are. Children, here it is a picture which shows the arrangement of atoms in a regular pattern in the perfect crystal in the first picture. And the second picture, there is a vacancy of two ions. One is positive ion called anion vacancy, which is smaller in size in violet color, and a bigger vacancy which is called anion vacancy. Why? Because the anion size is more than that of the cation size. Due to these vacancies, the crystal will acquire a defect called Schottky defect. That is the missing of one anion and one cation, or the missing of an anion or a cation from its original lattice site is called Schottky defect. So we can explain the Schottky defect as the missing of an ion or an atom from its original lattice site is called Schottky defect. Generally, this Schottky defect we can observe in highly ionic compounds in which there is high coordination number and small difference in the sizes of cations and anions. Here we have to note the very important point that if an anion is missed, automatically in order to maintain the electrical neutrality, one cation also missed. So the best examples for the crystals which shows this type of Schottky defect are sodium chloride, potassium bromide and cesium chloride. Generally, silver bromide exhibits both Schottky and Frankel defects. This is the picture which shows the sodium chloride crystal exhibiting Schottky defect. If you closely observe, there is a missing of sodium ion in brown colored shape, and there is a missing of chloride ion in the blue color shade. So, in order to maintain electrical neutrality, if a cation is missed, automatically anion also missed. This is about Schottky defect. In brief, we can explain the Schottky defect as the missing of anion and cation from its normal site. In order to maintain electrical neutrality, the number of missing cations and anions are equal. Due to Schottky defect, the density of the crystal will decreases due to the absence of ions. Generally, alkyl halides such as sodium chloride, potassium fluoride, potassium bromide exhibit Schottky defect. This picture clearly indicates the Schottky defect in sodium chloride crystal, in which there is a vacancy of sodium ion and there is a vacancy of chloride ion in the crystal, due to which there is a decrease in the density of the crystal, which shows the Schottky defect in the sodium chloride. Coming to the next type of point defect in ionic crystals. It is the picture which shows there is a vacancy arised due to the displacement of one ion from its normal site. Here, one sodium ion displaces from its normal site and occupies interstitial position in the crystal, so that the crystal will acquire a special defect called Frankel defect. This picture also explains the displacement of a cation A plus from its normal site and occupying the interstitial position. So due to which the crystal will acquire a new type of defect called Frankel defect. Is it clear, students? Here the cation moving from its normal position and occupying the interstitial position. This type of defect is called Frankel defect. We can explain the Frankel defect as it is a point defect in which an atom or ion displaces from its normal site and occupying the interstitial position. Generally, we can observe Frankel defect in which there is low coordination number in the ionic compounds and there is a large difference in the size of cation and anions. And the compounds having high polarizing cation and easily polarizable anion. Generally, the cations are displaced from its normal site. Why? Because cations are usually smaller in size and they can be accommodated in the smallest interstitial positions. The crystals which shows Frankel defects are generally silver chloride, silver bromide, silver iodide, zinc sulfide, etc. This picture is also explaining the Frankel defect in sodium chloride crystal, in which one sodium ion displaced from its normal site and occupying the interstitial positions, so that it is acquiring Frankel defect. We can explain Frankel defect is a vacancy of cation and which is displaced from its normal lattice site and occupying the interstitial position. Due to the Frankel defect, it is very important, students. There is no change in the density of the crystal and we can observe a combination of vacancy and interstitial atom in the Frankel defect. Generally, we can call this Frankel defect as a distortion defect. Why? Because due to this the interstitial positions occupation, the crystal will acquire some distortion in the crystal because sometimes the cations are not in a position to occupy the interstitial positions as they are very small. So the crystal is acquiring some distortion in its shape. So this defect is also called as distortion defect or Frankel defect. This picture explains the Frankel defect and Schottky defect at a time. So we can observe that there is a vacancy of one anion and one cation in the Schottky defect. but there is a vacancy of cation in the Frankel defect, but there is no missing of cation in the Frankel defect. So the Schottky defect will decreases the density due to the missing of ions, but there is no decrease of density in the due to the Frankel defect. It's very important point, students. This picture also explains the Schottky defect and Frankel defect in the crystals. Regarding examination point of view, there is very important question. Write the differences between Frankel defect and Schottky defect. We all know Schottky defect is a point defect in which an atom or ion is missing from its normal lattice site. But in Frankel defect, there is a displacement of cation from its normal lattice site and occupying the interstitial positions. Due to Schottky defect, there is a decrease in the density of the crystal, but in the Frankel defect, we cannot observe the density of the crystal due to the Frankel defect. Generally, Schottky defect can be observed in highly ionic compounds such as sodium chloride, cesium chloride, silver bromide, in which very high coordination number is there. But Frankel defect is observed in case of ionic crystals in which there is a large difference in the sizes of cations and anions such as silver chloride, silver bromide, zinc sulfide. It's very important question regarding board exams. Sometimes we have to explain the Schottky defect and Frankel defect with the help of some diagrams and illustrations. In that case, we have to draw like this, and we have to show the vacancy and the occupying positions, interstitial positions in Schottky defect and Frankel defect like this. Due to the Schottky defect, there is a decrease in the density of the crystal, but there is no change in the density of the crystal due to Frankel defect. This table also explains the difference between the Schottky defect and Frankel defect very clearly. And we have to mention what is meant by Schottky defect, what is meant by Frankel defect, and the effect of density due to Schottky and Frankel, and which type of ionic crystal will show Schottky defect and which type of ionic crystal show Frankel defect, and we have to give number of examples regarding Schottky defect and Frankel defect. Children, till now we studied about the classification of point defects in two categories, that is impurity defect and stoichiometric defect. That is Frankel, Schottky, vacancy and interstitial defect. Coming to the next type of point defect called non-stoichiometry defects, which are classified again into metal excess defect and metal deficiency defect. Due to some imperfections or defects in the crystals, the stoichiometry of the crystal will disturb. That is, the ratio of number of cation to the anion becomes different from that of stoichiometric formula or chemical formula. Then that type of defects are called non-stoichiometric defects. Generally, this type of defects we can observe when some excess of metal atoms or non-metal atoms, or due to the presence of some impurities or some foreign material present in the crystals. Then we can observe non-stoichiometric defects in the crystal. Non-stoichiometric defects in the crystals are further classified into two types. The first one is metal excess defects, which are also called colored centers, and the second one is called metal deficiency defects. I repeat once again, non-stoichiometric defects are two types, metal excess defects and the second one is metal deficiency defects. Let us see what is meant by metal excess defects. In crystals, sometimes the negative ion or anion missing from its normal site, leaving a empty space in the crystal. And if that hole or vacancy is occupied by the unpaired electron in order to maintain the electrical neutrality of the crystal, then the metal will or the crystal will acquire a special defect called metal excess defects. I repeat, the anionic site occupied by the unpaired electrons is called metal excess defect. The interstitial site containing the electrons in the place of anion vacancies are called F centers. This F centers means this F comes from the German word Farbengendes, which means colors. Due to the presence of these F centers in the crystal will acquire wonderful colors. So they are the F centers are the responsible for imparting color to the crystals. I repeat what is meant by F center. F centers are the anionic sites occupied by unpaired electrons. F centers impart colors to the crystals. This color is due to the excitation of electrons when they absorb energy from the visible light. Generally, F centers are formed by heating alkyl halide with excess of alkali metals. For example, sodium chloride crystals heated in the presence of sodium vapor, then yellow color is produced due to the formation of F centers. Coming to the second type of non-stoichiometric defect, which is called metal deficiency defect. In some cases, one of the positive ions are missing from the normal lattice sites, then the extra negative charge is balanced by some nearby metal ions acquiring two charges instead of one. So we can say there is a deficiency of metal ions although the crystal is as a whole neutral. This type of defect is called metal deficiency defect. Generally, this type of metal deficiency defect we can observe in the crystals of transitional metals, which exhibit more than one valency, that is variable valency. For example, crystals of ferrous oxide and ferric sulfide, nickel oxide exhibit this type of metal deficiency defect. Metal deficiency defect is due to the missing of a cation of lower valency and the presence of a cation of higher valency occurs when metals shows variable valency. For example, ferrous oxide is mostly found with a composition of Fe0.95O. In crystals of ferrous oxide, some ferrous ions are missing and the loss of positive charge is made up by the presence of the required number of ferric ions. This picture clearly shows the metal deficiency defect in the FeO. This picture clearly explains the metal deficiency defect in the crystal. Here it is a picture of A plus B minus crystal. There is an absence of A plus ion and there is a presence of A plus 2 ion. So we can clearly observe that there is an absence of A plus ion in the crystal, which is called metal deficiency defect. So with this I conclude the classification of point defects, that is impurity defects, stoichiometric defects and non-stoichiometric defects, and in the last I will ask 4 questions regarding these defects. Okay students, which type of defect the following crystal shows? If you observe the picture, there is a vacancy of one blue colored cation and red colored anion. So the missing of an anion and cation, so this crystal shows Schottky defect. Okay. Here it is a very important question. What kind of defect is found in potassium chloride crystal? Schottky defect is shown by ionic substance in which the cation and anion are of almost similar sizes. So potassium chloride exhibit Schottky defect. Okay students. Our last question is, which type of defect the following crystal shows? If you clearly observe the picture, there is a vacancy of empty space or the hole in the crystal, and there is an interstitial atom in this picture. So we can say this type of crystal exhibits Frankel defect. With this, I conclude my present topic, that is imperfections in the crystals or the classification of point defects or the defects in the crystals. Hope all of you enjoyed the lesson. Thank you. Thank you very much.